Hello, may I audible?
Yeah, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay. So good afternoon to everyone, all the students over there, all the ma'ams. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with you. So today we are having a expert session on this particular topic. Let me share my screen first. One second.
Open.
कॅमेरा बंद करू का तुझं?
कॅमेरा चालू कर ना आता. So a very good afternoon to everyone. So today we will see expert session on this particular topic. As you all know, I guess कि you are the final year students, right? Hello.
No, ma'am, it's a mix of students.
Okay, no issues. So it's a kind of mix up student, no issues, because tomorrow you will be entering into the industry, the business industry. That's why this particular topic is important. So as you all know that today's topic is the innovation, prototype validation, and a value proposition fit and a business fit. Okay, so this is today's this is our expert session. So please quickly let me tell you something about myself. My name is Dr. Subarna Isal. I am the founder of the brand called as a Techmahoday, and I am into the e-commerce practices since last 10 years. So I am running my own services under this particular brand called as a Techmahoday, as well as the Techmahoday publications. Okay, so this is about a very short introduction of myself, although there are many things to tell, but let's keep it very short. Okay, so now we will start over. So do you have anybody would like to tell me about what you are having any kind of idea about this particular word called as the innovation? Anybody would like to talk? Any student? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. It is a process of making something new.
Okay. So we'll see what does innovation means. Innovation is a process of converting anything new or improved idea. It should be either new or it is a improved idea into the idea should be turning into a new product or new service or new processes or any kind of new solution to the existing problem we are facing, and it creates a certain measurable value to the customers or the stakeholders who are using it, and it should have a significant positive impact over the buyers or the consumers as well as to the society. Okay, so this particular idea is called to be innovative. So it should have these particular things. So we can say that the simple formula for this particular word innovation is we are having some sort of the problem, then we came up with some new idea, then we try to implement that idea through various models or prototypes, then this particular prototype creates a value into the market, so that we call that we have innovated something. Okay, If it's a raw idea and it gets stuck in between or it gets dropped in between, it is not called as the innovation. Okay. Then an idea becomes innovation only when it solves the meaningful problem and creates a value to the customer, to us, as well as the society. So is that so that the innovation is only happening nowadays? No. In the ancient times, since the evolution of the man, evolution of the human beings, the innovation started in a way like, you know, the early humans were wandering here and there in the need of the some safe places. So they invented something that there is a problem of living safely, so they invented some caves. Then came a idea of some, like, you know, house concept was there, shelter was there, right? Then the invention of wheel was there. Okay, then the invention of the first we can say that the train, the engine is there. Then the invention of the first that aeroplane is there. So there is continuation innovation cycle is going on into the world, for and it is for what? It is for the betterment of our lives. Okay, so we will see what is the innovation cycle. To make some product viable into the market, it goes under certain sort of the moves. Okay, so what are the stages for the same? We will see. Okay, first there should be the identification of the problem. Once we feel some problem that this is bothering me daily, on the daily basis or very quite frequently, so or some of the competitors in the market, they look for the opportunities. What are the customers who are the facing some kind of the problems? Then identification of the problem gives rise to what? Gives rise to some sort of the new ideas, right? Creative ideas. Okay, so we brainstorm over this particular problem for a while, that what are the viable solutions for this particular thing, that the problem we are facing. Then we explore for multiple possibilities, like, you know, if we are facing some problem, like we take an example of the wives, housewives, or the student or the persons who are working from the home. They were having a problem that we are having a short of time, and nowadays it is very hectic schedules are there, so we cannot go to the grocery shop and we can purchase something if we want on the instant basis. So here come the problem that somebody should come and somebody should deliver within time at our doorstep. So it is identified as a problem by some of the leading e-commerce giants. Okay, and they form a opportunity out of it. They brainstorm over it, that how it is viable to deliver the products to the customers in within minutes. Okay, earlier Amazon was providing the option of the e-commerce, but it was like Amazon Fresh. They were delivering the item on the second day or the third day, right? But nowadays we don't have to wait for that much of time. We can order in minutes. So because of this, the idea came that how will be it if the products get delivered within the minutes, so it will be more convenient for the customers. Okay, so and what are the targeted customers over here? They have seen that many of the housewives, many of the persons who don't get time, who are working from the home and who don't get time to get out of their houses and buy this particular product. So it is how the idea came. Then people brainstorm over it. What will be needed for this? Okay, a platform like Amazon, Flipkart, Blinkit, right? A platform will be needed. Then the service providers, the what we call as that ride masters who deliver, those will be needed. So they have implemented this particular model, and they implemented these ideas to the true users. Previously this service was available to a very small group of the people. Then later on it became a success. So it is like, you know, it is now India wide this service is launched, especially in the metro cities, not in the small cities, but yes, in the metro cities where this particular targeted customers or that targeted people lives. Okay, then diffusion of this idea. Diffusion of the idea means what? Spreading of this idea. Once they know that this particular idea is implemented and it is found to be quite successful, then what we need to do? we need to increase the horizons of this particular service or this particular idea to the general customers or general genuine buyers for this particular kind of service or for this particular kind of the service or the what we can called as this particular product. Some of the products are also there. So diffusion is made by what means? Earlier it was like by other social means like social media, the newspapers, the TV, the bulletins, etc. But nowadays 80% of the things reach to the customers via the social media like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, the YouTube videos, the influencers. Okay, they adapt and scale and create an impact over the persons who are the influencers. So out of these particular things, this particular product get delivered to the whole of the market, that is called as the business. So this is what is called as the innovation cycle. Okay, got it? Okay, so very important thing here is the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are whom those people who come up with such kind of ideas or startups. You see that these particular things like that Big Basket, that Flipkart, those were previously some small startups. Okay, some entrepreneurs introduce their services or these things into the market and they become viable, and the entrepreneur, they have launched their products via some startups. So entrepreneurs are always busy people and they keep them growing effectively and efficiently. So entrepreneurs look for what? They continuously look for some opportunities into the market. So over that they do some sort of the planning. They do the planning of the things. What is the next product that should be launched into the market? For example, if I have done one innovation over this period of time in 2026, does that mean that this particular thing will be an innovative product in the 2028? No, it will not. It will be outdated product. Some 10-15 years back when I was graduating, so in the year I think 2006 or something, there were some small phones came into the industry. It was launched by the Reliance. Okay, so those were the boom into the industry, that particular small device, because people used to carry those. Earlier it was not available, so that particular thing was called as the innovation at that particular time. But now that particular mobile phone that is very outdated. Nobody use that GSM mobile phone. Nowadays you use a smartphone, right? And that too very advanced versions. If I bring that particular model some 10-20 years back, which is called as innovation, if I take it in front of you and if I take it, will you be interested in looking at it? No, you will be only interested if I bring something new into the market from my pocket. So that is the thing. So I have to plan the thing that what next should be done, what next innovation can be done for this particular product or for this particular service. Okay, either it should be a product or it should be a service. We can provide a product or a service, right? So but it should be having a value addition every now and then. It have to go to the certain cycle, which is just now we have seen the innovation cycle. So it is a continuously evolving cycle, right? So they what the entrepreneurs do, they brainstorm the next businesses, what next can we bring into the market, and it is a continuous process. So according to it, they look for the gaps into the market, what is not available into the market at this particular moment, at this particular time. Okay, so if they feel that yes, there is a market gap. What is mean by the market gap? Means very less or very little service provider, or there is a scarcity of service for this particular product or this particular service. Okay, so here the entrepreneurs find the market gaps and they try to enter with their products. First they will do the prototypes and they will try to enter into the market with their viable ideas. So out of these particular startups, these particular things are introduced, like Earlier, whenever there are somebody who wish to marry, their parents used to go somewhere, and then they used to see some groom or bride for their daughters or son over the some marriages or something, some marriage bureaus. But nowadays, what is happening? People are using the marriage apps or dating apps, etc. Like, have you seen that particular show? It is called as the Shark Tank. I'm sure you must have heard about it. It's a very famous show. In this, what different entrepreneurs come and they look at your ideas and they brainstorm and they strategize whether it is going to be a good move next into the market, and then they do a kind of the funding. And here, what they observe, they study the human behaviors. What the human behavior is, where the human behavior is going, what is the tendency into the market, and is this product viable to be enter into the market. Okay, so in this particular program you have seen the Aman Gupta of this board, okay, and the Anupam Mittal of this Shadi.com, and that's Vinita Singh of the Sugar Cosmetic. So such kind of entrepreneurs, they do mentoring for other entrepreneurs, right? So this is what the entrepreneur activity and entrepreneurs do. So what is a prototype? Okay, anybody is having some idea what is some prototype? Would anybody like to tell? Do you have any idea about prototype?
Model or something.
Okay, so the prototype is what? Now we are come up with a problem, now come up with a idea, some solutions over it. Now it's a time to implement it practically. Either it's a service or either it's a product, right? Like, you are the final year students, or you are in the final year, you must be having some sort of the project, right? You need to submit that particular project to get a degree. Okay, so in prototype, what we do, we just have a model of that particular thing, whether it can be this particular idea is feasible or not. So we can say that a prototype is a early model or a representation of the product which is developed to test on the assumptions. There is a synopsis is made, right, that this particular product will be delivering in this like the functionality of this particular product, usability of this product, feasibility of this product. Then we go on testing the model of this particular service of the product. For example, as I belong to the e-commerce industry, I will be giving you in between the examples of the things related to the e-commerce, right? So let's say that there is so much of saturation into the market for this particular things, like, the grocery, the shopping things, etc. Amazon is there, Flipkart is there, right, and many other things are there. But for a particular thing, like, if I want the ambulance service, is there anybody offering it into the market? No. So you can Google it out. Hello. Yes. Are you getting my voice, students? Okay. Let's continue. Okay. So what I was talking about, that you should become with the innovative model. So example of prototype I will be giving. If you search Google right now, what that company, it's called as the Blinkit, who was the first to offer the online services for the grocery and FMGC products to your doorstep, like daily need products, fast moving products, it's called as the FMGC products. Okay, so they were delivering it to your doorstep. So now what happened, there is a saturation where we are having 3 to 4 apps in your mobile. If you are a housewife or if you are working from the home, I also have 3 to 4 apps for this particular things in my mobile. So there is a lot of competition. So what this particular company has done, they have come up with the idea of providing the ambulance service. So, but this is what, this is a prototype. So what does a prototype means? It is targeted, it is a model or a service, okay, but they need to test it on a certain group of the people at a very short short kind at a very given point of the time, at given point of the city. not they cannot launch that product here and there. It is just a prototyping, and they are just watching where it is feasible or not. So they have launch a service of the online ambulance booking, that is also free of cost. Why it is free of cost? Because it is a prototype. A customer will not pay until it is a finished model. Okay, so prototype can be what can be a prototype? If you are a final year student, according to you, I have made the examples like a sketch. If some student is of architecture and he wants to show some model, like this is the sketch or this is a plan for the ground floor, this is for the second floor, this is here it is a living room, etc. So they make a sketch. It is in the form of the sketch, or it can be a 3D paper model. As you can see on the screen, there is a car, you can see. Okay, so it is a 3D model, right? Then there is a then there is a CAD model. Then there is some sort of the simulation, whether it is working, taking commands, and it is the software is acting accordingly or not. Okay, and as you might be there might be some electrical or electronic students. In the your projects, what you do, you use a breadboard, right? And there you put some LEDs, some circuits, you make some circuit. I am not a engineer, so I don't know, but I have seen, my husband is an engineer. He is well acquainted with such kind of projects, so I know. So what they do before they are having the idea, they take a project and they work over it, that after this particular circuit I will try this. Then once circuit becomes successful, then they go for the next move. Okay, then the Arduino prototypes and some sort of mobile application is also there. So this Amazon.in, etc., where some mobile application some 20 years ago. It is not launched abruptly. First it has to go under the prototype. When it is this particular model is successful, it has created some value, then only it is called as a prototype and it is launched. So it should have a minimum viable product. What do you mean by the minimum viable product? It should have the minimum viable features in it, so that it can say mate with the needs of that particular problem. Okay, customer needs are fed. So this is all about the prototype definition. What is meant by the prototype? Then why the prototype validation is important? Now suppose you have made a prototype. Suppose you have made a model of something as your final year project. Okay, and it has become successful. Whatever you are trying to convey to your externals or your teachers, exactly same the outputs are coming. But does that mean that you have invented something? It was just on the smaller scale, just to show a group of 4 people come and they have made some model or some project and they have presented it well. So it has run very nicely. But students often make one major mistake, that what they think, that we develop a working prototype. Prototype means a small model. Therefore our project is a successful one. They think like this. But technically, do you think that a technically working prototype does not automatically mean that the product will be succeeded into the market? Does it market friendly right now? No. It has to go to certain type of the things. It has to give validation answers before entering into the market. So which kind of questions are there for this particular prototype? What questions they will face? A technical question like, can we technical questions like, can we build it? Can we build this model? It is not cost effective. We cannot go for suppose your project costs from 25 to 30,000. When then will you be able to make same models for some 100 customers? No. Then the customer question is, does anyone need it? So this is also a thing that do some people as a customer would like to use this particular thing. If they don't want to use, then it is a complete waste. Nobody will buy this product. So this prototype is not useful for the innovation. It is not called as the innovation. Then the idea gets dropped here. Okay. So value question is, will customers consider it useful if you make such product? Okay. and if it is not meeting the customer needs, if you made such product, then will the customer it will be useful to the customer? No, then they will not probably they will not buy it. So I have to go back to the steps and come out with some different idea, come out with some different products. Then the business question is also there. Why we are making these prototypes, why we are innovating, and why we are doing these things? Ultimately to generate some sort of the revenue, right? Ultimately some sort of the money should come out of it, some business should come out of it. To whom? To us who are making this particular thing, to the buyers, to the stakeholders, right? And the country also, the economy is also dependent on this particular business. So they are government is also taking some 18% GST over the product. So they are also making some whenever we are investing some money into the market, so everybody should be benefited, everybody including the you. So the business question is, can we make a money or create sustainable value from it? It means what? Your prototype. Okay. Then the market question is, now it has generated some revenue, but the question is that can it compete with existing solutions? If there are similar service provider, 5 providers are there, then ultimately there are some choices to the customers, to the buyers, okay, and to the platforms also, okay. So what will happen? So what will happen? Ultimately, this particular product will not be viable for a longer duration into the industry. So we have to come up with a new idea, new product which is new to the market and having very less customers. Okay. Then the prototype validation process. What is the process of this prototype validation then? First, identifying the problem. Then we have to ask the questions like, who has the problem? Which are the targeted people who are having or facing this particular problem? And how badly they need this solution, like how serious they are about it to invest over it. Like if you are launching some product or services, are they willing to buy this particular product? What exactly is their problem? How frequently does it occur? And how is the problem currently solved? Like in case of this particular thing which I was talking about, like e-commerce, this particular website, why this particular thing is viable, Flipkart Minutes, Amazon Now, Blinkit, etc. Why this is viable over and over? Because we are in the need of this particular service daily. Okay, we require these products daily. So obviously this particular thing will last for a long time, because we have identified this particular problem into the this particular scenario into a very household problem to each and everyone. Okay. Then step number 2 is the identify the targeted customer. Who are the targeted customer for this particular product? Okay. So we have if there are large kind of the targeted customer, large segment, this particular product is available for the large target customer, then definitely this is a very good product and it will last longer into the market, right? Then the step number 3 is identify the customer needs. What are the needs of the customer? What are the needs of the customer? How will you come to know that what the customer want into the market right now? So this can be screened through the conducting different kinds of the interviews, the surveys. Okay. And nowadays if we go to the YouTube and if you see some 2 to 3 videos, then at the bottom there are surveys. Is this video suitable for you? Is this they require they send us a questionnaire also, and we can have a option of taking the questionnaire, or the skip option is also there. So in such kind the researchers take the data from the population, that what is the need for the time. Then there is an observation, that what is the need of this particular time. Then there is a user testing of the products. See, I would like to give an example of the car service. If you want to go to a particular from like you want to travel within the city. Now what you will be preferring, you will be able to there are two apps, Ola and Uber. You will be able to use both. But nowadays also app Rapido app also came. But what it came with a differentiation. What differentiation it has came up with? Already there were two giant companies are providing, Ola and Uber. Okay, but what Rapido come up with? It had come up with the two-wheeler services to for the customers for the very first time. Okay, so user testing was done, and it is found to be that yes, customer need it. Which kind of focus groups are there? That the customers who want to travel to a very short distance, right? They want to travel to some 1 to 2 kilometer, and it should be pocket friendly to the students basically. And they want, if you are a student, you are want to go from the Thane station to your college. So if you are you cannot book a car for that, like you cannot book a Ola Uber car. If you book some Uber car for a ride for this, then it will cost more. So in such scenario, what will be more feasible? This particular thing, the two-wheeler booking, right? So each in such fashion the prototype get tested, and it is launched into the market. Then step number 4 is the building of the prototype. Create the simplest model which is necessary to test on the key assumptions. The researchers made what? They made a prototype and they launched into the market with some very focused groups. Okay, then they look for, they take a test of it whether it is feasible or not, and for which things the test is done? To observe what is the performance of this particular product, what is the reliability of this particular product. One day if you are able to book the services from the Uber, and another day if you are not able to book, then will it called be reliable? No, right? So it should be reliable, the product should be reliable. As the Uber is reliable, it is consistent, it has given the performance, okay, and it is usable. Usability means how usable it is. It is also cost effective, and so user has accepted it. So step number 5 is the testing of that particular product, and we observe the performance, the reliability, the cost effectiveness, the usability, the safety, and the user acceptance of this particular thing. Then step number 6 is the collecting of the feedback. Once I have just now I have given the example of the Blinkit. They have launched the service of the booking of the ambulance. In the they are doing a prototype, and they are the city selected is only Delhi NCR, and especially the area of the Gurgaon. There they have launched. So within 10 minutes, if we book for free, the ambulance will come and they will take you to the nearest hospital where the emergency services are available. So they are testing it whether this is solving the problem of the some targeted groups. Targeted groups are what? People who are having the higher risk, like old age people, and 40 plus people, or some accidental cases, etc. So in such kind of things, this particular things are launched, they are tested, and the feedbacks are collected. So they ask the users, like they have launched it, then they will be asking by some survey that is this particular service, are you happy with this kind of services, do you would like to continue with, what did you like about this service, what did you dislike about this service, what are the challenges faced during the use of this particular service, would you be like to use it, would you be like to pay for it if that particular service is launched. If the customer is happy or pleased with this particular products, definitely they would like to pay for this service and take it. Okay, what will be the charges for the same? That will be also taken by the questionnaire from the feedback from the customer. How much of you would like to spend on this particular service, right? So this is the collecting of the feedback from the targeted customers or targeted group to which this particular service is provided. Then step number 7 is the analysis. Now we are coming up with the handsome data about data or idea about this particular service, whether this service is viable or not. Then we ask our users, what did you and then we go on the analyzing. Expected value was what? At the start of the idea we have expected something, and does it has come up to the idea till the as compared to the expected idea. What is the actual value it is providing? Does that particular ambulance has reached to the patient within the 10 minutes as it has taken the 10 minutes? Then and then if you have book right now and it is coming after some half an hour or 1 hour, then it is of no use. Okay, so a thorough analysis of any kind of service or any kind of product is done. Same thing is done with the various models of the like this smartphones also. They launch with different names a very few stock of the products on the Flipkart, Amazon, and they look for the flaws by the customer reviews. Customer purchase the product. They are launched at a very small prices, like comparatively small prices according to the features, to see whether this particular is working or not, whether their expected value and the actual value is they are matching up or not. Okay, so in this fashion the prototype validation process is carried out. Then the step number 8 is there is a actual value is not desirable as compared to the expected value at the time of the launch of the product. Then what we do, we try to improve this particular product. How we are improving and why we are improving? Because if we without this prototype validation process, if we go on investing on this particular product and if it is not feasible, ultimately you will land into the big amount of the burden, economic burden for you, and the makers and prototype testers, and they will be ultimately having this particular economic burden. So better to improve this particular product over a period of the time. So what do the researchers do while prototyping? They make modification into the changes into their project. Like in the final year you are having some project and your guide sees your demonstration, then they say that this is not working properly, you have to add this to this, and please come up with again. Then what you do, you go, you change the model or you add some features, on you do something, you try to improve it, then you modify it, then you again test it, then you again learn the things by again repeating this particular thing. This again the customer needs, and again you go on the testing, and you collect the feedback and you try to improve, and you come with a improved product, so that it can be sustainable into the market. So this is a repetitive prototype validation process, is a repetitive process until a viable market ready product is available. Okay, then what is called as the value proposition? Now it is we have come up with the idea of certain product, we have faced the problem, we have come up with the idea, then we have come up with the prototype, that is a model for the same. Now we have to what next, we have to launch it into the market. How does it goes with the customers, or how they are solving? So what do you mean by the value proposition? Then a value proposition means, why should a customer choose your product or your solution or your service instead of the existing alternatives? There are many models available into the market, there are many smartphones available, many TVs available, many services are available, but what value you are exceptional value you are providing, what new feature you are providing through your this particular prototype, that it should be customer friendly, and customer will get lured by it, and they will try to jump over this your product, not as compared to the other product. So it should clearly communicate what for the value proposition, that what customer needs, what was their problem, what the solution you have come up with, and how it is benefited to the customer, and there should be some sort of the differentiation. Now I will would like to again go back to the example of there are Flipkart minutes, Blinkit, and Amazon now. But what Amazon now has come since 4 to 6 months only, some after the Flipkart minutes. Okay, but what they have added, they have started giving the cashback every time whenever you buy for 500 rupees, so you will get a cashback of flat 50 rupees. So what happened, some targeted customers, some targeted people always think of buying from the Amazon because they have created a differentiation. Every time they are getting the cashback, while in the Flipkart they are not giving a cashback every time. So what customer will prefer into the market? They will prefer the services of the Amazon now, definitely. And how they target the customers? Because we want to make a 500 rupees, customer go on adding into the cart some things which are not needed at this particular time. So so that the cart value can be made with the 500. So in such case, in such things, they need to they target the customers to buy more and more. So it creates a business value for them. Okay, so this is called as the value proposition. So the value proposition fit means what? A customer match. Your product or service solves the real pain point or creates explicit gains for the targeted audience. There was a targeted audience who are sitting at the home, or who are the working from the home, or the housewife. There was a pain that I cannot go to the grocery store right now because I am really busy with my these things, household things or job, so I cannot go out. It was my pain. I want something, as I am tired, I want something at my doorstep so that I can indulge. Okay, so the explicit gain means what? For this particular targeted, that you are getting it within minutes, this particular service, this particular product at your doorstep within minutes, without expending more. Like, you know, you are not like, you know, buying some 1000 rupees. You can buy some 99 rupees products, or 120 150 products also. Okay, so this is called as the customer match. And then the promise. You validate your idea works on paper through early prototypes. In the your promise was that we will deliver in the 10 minutes. It was your model. And Flipkart, Amazon or other services, they have previously, people were wondering that will they able to deliver in 10 minutes, but really today's scenario, they are at our doorstep within some 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so it is quite convenient. Then the desired reaction of the customer. What is the desired reaction of the customers? If the value proposition fit is there, then the customer show genuine interest in these particular products or particular services, proving that the product is desirable. This particular product is desirable into the market, and actually serving to the customers in a very good way. So this is about the value proposition fit. So value proposition components. What are the value proposition components then? Components are the customers to whom we are serving. Then the problems. What are the problems, the challenges faced by the customers? Okay, that we are going to solve. Then what are the viable ideas for these particular problems? Right. Then the benefits of this particular problem. If you are coming out with the solution, then what are the benefits? Is we are getting the this particular products within minutes at our doorstep, at our home comfort. And what is the differentiation? What is the differentiation? What is our solution better than the alternatives available? So that you have to that you also have to work over. So if we see for the today's market, what we come to know that nowadays what we are looking for, the customer mindset is that we want everything right now only at the comfort, at our comfort. More emphasis, innovation has given more emphasis on which things? The comfortable things, more on the comfort, and they should be easily accessible, okay, readily available, plus they should be cost effective also, and they should be reliable also. Okay, on this particular thing nowadays the innovation is happening, and it is the whole cycle is revolving around these things only at this particular moment. Earlier it was something different, but nowadays the first priority is going towards the comfort, easiness, it should be readily available. Okay, so this is the thing. And why it is so, why we are looking, but because we want to invest that particular time to some other valuable things. Okay, to save more time, to save more efforts for doing these things, we are hiring such and such kind of the services. Like there are services like if we want a maid, previously there was a maid coming who was like for the monthly basis. Now if you want a maid and you are not here for the, you are here for the 10 days and you are traveling outside somewhere, so you don't require any maid for that. Then there are the services like this Shapit and Urban Company home. They are providing such kind of services that after booking within some 10 minutes somebody will come, some house help will come and they will come up with you and they will help you out. Okay. Same is the thing with the company which is called as the Yes Madam. So it is because for the professional grooming services at your doorstep. So the world is coming at your doorstep. See, I am giving you this seminar from my home only, okay, from my comfort zone. But you are getting previously what we used to do before the Corona times. We used to go to the schools and colleges and we are having only mindset that this can be done only this way, we can have a learning. But nowadays world has come to our computers, our PCs, our desktop, okay, at our home only. So we can access various things around the world with the ease of ease and comfort of our home. Okay, so this is the value proposition components. Now value proposition fit. What is the value proposition fit? Value proposition fit occurs when and proposed solution effectively addresses an important customer problem. So just now in the examples we have seen that there are very many problems, challenges faced by today's generation. We want right now. You are change the people, right? You want right now. I want to eat ice cream right now. There is a ad popping out in the YouTube. Whenever you go to the YouTube, there is a ad popping out. A boy is coming from the college or say from the office and he is opening the fridge. Then he is saying अब क्या करूँ, घर में कुछ खाने के लिए नहीं है, मेरा तो बहुत खाने का मन कर रहा है. Then he that clicks the idea. He said Flipkart minutes है ना, मैं वहाँ पे order करता हूँ. This is called as the diffusion of the idea of this Flipkart. They are advertising in such manner that yes, you are having this particular option, please use it and please use the option and you can satisfy your desire or needs. In the doorstep you can get the products. So the value proposition fit occurs when the proposed solution effectively addresses an important customer problem and provides a benefit that customer genuinely value. Customer को benefit हो रहा है, customer is getting the his problem solved at so this particular thing is called as the it is giving value to the customer. Okay, so in simple language we are building something people actually want. Okay, it resolves the important problems and it delivers the valuable benefit to the customers and it creates the real customer satisfaction. Now there are three levels of this value proposition fit. What are the first level? The problem solution fit. Does there is any problem, does there is any need for this particular problem or solution over this particular issue? Then there is a value proposition fit. Does our solution provide meaningful? We are coming up with a different kind of solution to this particular problem. Then does it really matches with the expectation of this particular targeted people or the customers? Then product market fit. Will it be enough? Will enough customers adopt and sustain for this particular service or this particular products? This is also product, online product of this particular services. So yes, as this product was viable, many of the customers daily use this thousands, lakhs of the customers use this particular services. So it is called as the value proposition. This your product is a value proposition piece to the customer. Okay. So now we have come with the innovation. Now we have come up with the idea of the prototype, that model. Now we have launched it into the market to a targeted customer and customer are liking it. Okay, so that is a value proposition. It has created some value to the customer and customer has got some release in their some comfort in their pains. Okay, so that is a value proposition fit. Now what do we mean by the business fit then? What is meant by the business fit? Whatever we are launching as a product or services, okay, it should be fit for a business world also. There is also a world of the business. Who are into this business world? the entrepreneurs, the person who is launching, the investors, the stakeholders, the people who are investing on these particular products, the service providers like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. They are launching your products to sell online. Okay, and the advertisers means the YouTube, etc. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they give certain small advertisers at the bottom of your video, right? Whenever a video is played, before that some ad comes, they generate a revenue out of that particular ads, and that's why they pay back to the creators who are the say influencers. There are some people who make the unboxing videos, right? So those people are called as the influencers. They influence the normal targeted people to buy those products. How they flaunt the features of this particular products. So these particular things, and ultimately the government also, whenever a product is sold by the to the customer by the service provider, our government is also getting revenue out of it. How? Because we are paying 18% some sort of tax. Some different kinds of categories of these products are having different kinds of the tax system, right? So government is also at the positive thing that they are getting generating the revenue and taxes out of it, and it helps to improve overall the GDP, gross domestic product of our country. So in such case, it is called as the business fit. So what is meant by the business fit? Business fit means that the innovation means your product or whatever service or products can operate within a sustainable business into the market. Business जो चल रहा है market में, in this it has to survive and generate sufficient economic and strategic value. Economic value must be generated. If there is no economic value, then that product is failed. If you are not getting any revenue out of it, if suppose tomorrow, if after getting the degree you are going into the market, you will either be an entrepreneur or either you join the some company or startup, or you will be working for an organization. So what they are looking out of you, that you out of your services or out of your product, you should get some sort of generate some sort of the income, okay, that particular profits, right? So it should be financial business fit means what? Financial viability must be there. Customers are not just interested, they are actively willing, they should actively willing to pay for that particular service to make it sustainable for the business. Then scalability should be there. The operational and financial model works in the real world. It should be scalable. Your model should work in the today's business world. Okay, operational and financially also. Then long-term success. It is not that you have invested so much of money over it and you found that after 3 months this product is a fail and it is dumped into the market. It should have a long-term success. The venture can generate a profit which can withstand market competition. It should be viable for a longer duration. Like this e-commerce services, they are there since some 5 to 10 years. They are still there, and we are preferring to buy online rather than going to the physical store. So it should be a it is called as the business fit, right? A technically excellent product may fail. What are the reasons for the failure of these products? The product cost is too high. If the product is costly, number one thing is the cost. Nobody would like to buy a very costly thing. Nobody would like to buy invest on a very costly thing until it is a very unique product. Then customers are willing to, whether the customers are willing to pay this much of money to this particular product. If that service is not very interesting, nobody would like to go for that particular service. Then the market size should gather a very big kind of the market size, not a very small proportion. Suppose it is targeted to only some sort of service to only small group of the people, okay, so only that particular people will think over it, and a big target area is there, big targeted people are there, then market size will be more for this particular product into the business. Then If the distribution is difficult, if the distribution of this particular product is difficult, then it will be not viable. Okay. This particular, why these e-commerce things are going, the Amazon now etc., because the in the cities, metro cities, because the distribution is very easy, within 10 minutes they are able to deliver, while in the remote places this kind of Amazon now is not working, because it is not a business fit for that particular kind of the people who are living at the remote areas or on the villages. Then what are the competitors? Competitors are there. They try to, what they try to do, competitors, they try to do the cheap things. They try to decrease the value of this particular product by giving the cheaper alternatives. Okay. Some platform will say that 9 rupees are for this particular service. Other platform will say that we are delivering it free of cost. So definitely the customer will go to the free of cost whoever are delivering, because ultimately they are saving the money. And the maintenance costs are high. If the maintenance cost of this particular service is too high, nobody would like to invest on this particular thing. Then there are some regulations and barriers, etc. We have to work with the government rules and regulations also. Then business fit, how to say that the business fit, and what are the major questions to be asked? Who are the customer? Who are the targeted customers? Who will be paying? And the problem. What problem justifies the purchase? Why they are purchasing this particular? Why they are going again and again to purchase this particular service or product? Value. Will the customer pay extra for this particular service? Like, you know, sometimes we book a car and it's not coming. If there is so much of saturation for this particular thing, we are willing to pay 10 rupees extra and hire that particular car for us. Okay. Then revenue. How will the organization earn money out of this? Okay, there's Amazon, how revenue is increasing by launching this particular new feature, Amazon Now. Amazon Fresh was already there, but they have invested for it because it was getting revenue. And cost. What does it cost to produce and deliver? The cost effectiveness should be there. Okay. Then the competition. Who are already providers for the same thing into the market, right? If there are so many competitors for the same thing, so the product is loses its innovation, and the idea is no more called as the innovative. So better to avoid it. Come up with the different kind of the solution or different idea. Then the distribution. How the product will be reached to the customer, while the diffusion, how the diffusion is made, via the social media, via the launching on the Amazon, Flipkart and other website, international websites like eBay, etc. Then the scalability of the product. Can the production increase without disproportionately increasing the cost? Okay, it is called as the scalability. Then the sustainability. Can the business survive in the long run? This is the most important thing, sustainability. Okay. So I would like to give an example for this. My husband was preparing for the interview of the MPSC exams. So we look into the market for. He told me that please purchase books for the MPSC. Then I have searched for the books. Surprisingly, I found that no books or very minimum 1 or 2 available. Then we come up with the idea that why not, we are having a lot of data for the books, then why not to publish this book for the MPSC preparation books for the customers who are preparing for the same. This is how we have invented. We are having a brand called as Techmahoday. Previously we are having a service provider for kind of things, kind of products we were selling, but right now what we have seen an opportunity into the market. Now we have jumped over to the publication field. We have seen what are the formalities that need to be done to get a book published. Then we have come up with the Techmahoday publications, and now we have launched our products successfully in the Amazon, Flipkart and into the e-commerce business, and also under Kindle worldwide. Okay, so this is what sustainability means that product should be in the long run, no competitor should be there. So answering these questions ensures your innovation is not just a good idea, but it is a sustainable one. It will be generating you a revenue for a longer duration, and it will be giving you a successful business over the long period of the time, which is our main goal, right? So the 4 dimensions we have seen here in the successful innovation. First was the innovation, that is the creating the right ideas, right? Then identifying the opportunities, exploring the new possibilities, generating and refining the ideas, okay, focusing on the real problem. So it was about the innovation. The second thing what we have learnt is the prototype validation. We have make a model out of that particular idea, we build and test that particular model, and we build a prototype, we test it on the real users, and then we have validated its functionality, that yes, it is useful, it is viable product into the market. Then we learn and repeat this procedure to get a final product. Then we have tested it on particular real-time users. We have launched our product by the value proposition. We have delivered the right value to the customers. I have launched my MPSC book into the market. Many of the students have studied it and they have got a very good results out of it. Now the people look for any kind of MPSC book, they type on the Google Techmahoday publication, it become a trusted one. So they go out there and they look for the product and services provided by this particular product. So what is this value proposition? Means you have given a certain value to the customer. Customer are now identifying you as a brand. We have what you have solved an important problem of the customer. They were having a lack of book into the market, only the classes were there. So what you have given to them, you have given a product as a book to study, okay. Then deliver a meaningful benefits, that they are getting a good result out of it, create a customer delight, they are happy with this, and communicate a clear value, okay. So this came under the value proposition. Now what is meant by the business fit? I have given a business is a complete. Now we have pleased the customer. Now I have to please the economy, in the form of the revenue. Like I have to please whom? The service providers, the Amazon, the Kindle, okay, and the e-commerce, the Flipkart. Whenever I am launching this, whenever I am selling this product, it should generate a value income to the businesses, the advertisers, to the government of India in the form of the taxes, okay. So it should be financially viable. To build a sustainable business, it should be viable, it should be scalable, operationally feasible, and it should have a competitive advantage. It should be very scarcely available into the market, and it should have a long-term sustainability. Okay, these are the 4 things we have learned today. So what is our goal? Is to align all these 4 things into one thing, one dimension, that is innovation, then the prototype validation, then the value proposition for the customer, and business fit for the business industry, okay. So this is how the idea, you have to validate that idea, then you have to deliver the value to the customer, and you have to build your own business for you, or either to the organization or either to the company, and you are ultimately to the country. Then it is called as you have sustained, and your product is a successful innovative one, okay. So this is all about the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this is all about today's presentation. So I would like to the students, whoever were there, they can write down in their diary or something what innovative ideas the student are having, and how they will be addressing these particular ideas, and what they will be doing, which kind of models they will be doing for their particular future, okay. And later on, when they enter into the market, they can have at least a seeding for this particular thing, that what innovation they needs to be done into the market, and what they want to work over in the future. At least they will get an insight that what are the innovative ideas coming into their mind. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. If anyone is having any doubt or something, they can ask. Otherwise, we can end with the session.
Okay, no doubts. I assume that you have understood today's session.
Okay, I assume that today's lecture is over. So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my views with you for this particular topic. So I would like to end this particular meeting. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, madam.
Yes,
Thanks for this informative lecture.
my pleasure, ma'am.
Yeah.
बस मस्त घेतलं तुझं लोक असं बोलत होते.
मला तर ते काही मुलं हसत होते समजून.
काय अरे त्यांचं माईक अनम्यूट होतं. ते जॉईन करतात तर माईक अनम्यूट